What's going on, guys, and welcome to Formula 7 Realistic. I don't know why Casper's not showing. I have no idea. He's stopped and re-added me, but he's not showing. So I have no idea. He's just not coming up at all. That's really strange. If anybody else can invite him, that would be great. Because I don't want to miss all of qualifying. It is short qualifying. But he's deleted and re-added me, and he's still not showing up. There he is. So the drivers are on an outlap here in Qatar. Only 3 races to go, 2 after today, but the final race of the season is a sprint race. So can't wait for this one. Crab Boy is on a lap. We do have a Haas driver, just invalidated it, and then a Williams of Super Turbo. Yeah, cheers, Banana. So the Williams coming through. Did you get my message the other day, Banana? Did I send you a message? Or did I not send it? 122.8 from Super Turbo in the Williams. Good stuff from him. So yellow flags. That's just drivers moving out of the way. So CJ 3000. Sam the man. So, Crab Boys in the Williams, a 122.3, and then CJ in the Racing Bull, a 122.5. So, the Williams looking very pacey. The Williams looking very pacey indeed. Jay's a 122.5. Wow, it's really close. Bear with me, guys. I've not changed the point system for the race. Just give me 2 seconds. Because I want to know how the standings are. So, bear with me. 25, 18, 15, 12, 10, 8, 6, 4, 2, 1. I need to update it, you see, because I need to see what the live standings are throughout the race. Right, 1 second, guys. So, the live standings, let's just refresh it. No, there can't be 1 point between B Right and Fanfulness. Is that right? 1 point? So, Crab Boys is fastest. Sam the man in the house. Remember, we've got a couple of engine penalties for the drivers. Bear with me, sorry guys, I've only just got in. Fanfulness in the Mercedes has gone quickest. So 1 point separates the drivers. Hope everyone's having a good evening. 18 drivers in, that's what I like to see. Didn't look like that at bloody 7 o'clock, did it, with 8 drivers in? Now we're starting to show up. That's what I'm talking about. F7 Racing, Bonfire Night, and what? 18 drivers on the grid. So CJ 2000. When he's getting better, I'll upgrade him to 3000. And then when he gets really good, he'll go 4,000. But at the moment, it's CJ 2000 in the Racing Bull. Fanfinis is fastest at the moment. So up towards turn 7. So the Racing Bull down towards turn 10 through the end of sector 2. Forza Ferrari, thank you so much, mate. I was going to try and get home early and do all the overlays and all that sort of stuff, but I never ended up getting the chance to do it all. But I would have loved to have done it. So CJ invalidates. But yeah, I really tried to get home to do all the overlays on the PC and everything, but I didn't have a chance. So CJ does invalidate. Z2 on an out lap. Zora War on an out lap. Deadly and Mirko. Mirko went up to P3 in the Mercedes. Down towards turn 6. I can't see the bloody numbers of this map. I need a map that's not black. That's bloody Bahrain. Oh. Don't want Bahrain. So the Mercedes just getting out of the way. Crab Boys going again in the Williams Formula I up to P9. Zetu yet to set a lap time. Sam the Man and Zora War. What about Zora War in the Red Bull here in Qatar? 3 races left. 1 point separate the top 2. And then it's 100 points between P2 and P3. So Reese and the Ferrari was looking to be there and thereabouts, and unfortunately for him, the championship seems all over. Well, it is all over for Realistic and Tier 1, but he'll still be wanting to get them race victories as he's done all season long. We know how good he is for getting pole position. We know how good he is on the track for getting race victories. So Zora War around turn 15, down towards turn 16 we go at the right-hander. And then back onto the throttle. Yeah, no worries, Forza. To the line we go. The Red Bull is P9. I can't see the bloody timings. 1 second. Got my camera in front of it. Zetu in the Sauber. Running around turn 14 now. Can he get any decent lap times on the board in that kick Sauber? Fanfinis currently on pole position, but with the qualifying ban of the Ferraris, of one of the Red Bulls, of both McLarens, of an Aston Martin, this is crazy times. And Zetu sets his lap time up to P10. Not a bad lap time at all from Zetu. Crab Boys. This is great for the Williams. 7 minutes to go. The Williams are in P4 and P5. This is perfect for them. Especially with 5 big drivers at the front having qualifying bans. Fanfinis leads B right by 1 point. He's going to be all over this. He's going to be looking at this as a real big chance to gain points. We've got 1 sprint race left, which is the last race of the season. But Fanfinis will be looking at this as a real big bonus here. He's currently on pole position. He's got all the other drivers with qualifying bans behind. How much better this season? The fact that the top teams have ended up doing 2 qualifying bans and the bottom teams might only do 1, potentially 2 at the last race of the season. But yeah, it's really good how it's worked out. It means that the top teams will have to look into detail more about their qualifying bans and their engine penalties. So Fanfinis is slightly up. So down towards the line for the Mercedes, a 120.9. And what a lap from Fanfinis. He's gone even quicker. So Deadly in the Aston Martin is showing some serious pace around Qatar. Sorry. Jeffy. I mean, I did get a lot of stick last week for you being in again. I've got Forza joining the grid, and so at least one seat vacant. Oh, Deadly in the Aston Martin is rounding into the gravel. Yeah, Forza, no worries. Yeah, Zora, just do what you can, mate. I'm just hoping that you don't DNF it because I'm absolutely skint. So CJ3000 in the Racing Bull. So CJ3000, Deadly, yeah, right. Need to concentrate on qualifying in a second. So Formula Ryan, the Racing Bull, is also on a lap. I hope he's not saving tyres, considering I'm restarting the lobby. He's not, Ben. He's not. Nobody is. So, Formula Ryan into the pit lane. Sam the man in the Haas. Oh, he's invalidated. Forza Ferrari is in the Alpine for Forza Ferrari. 19 drivers on the grids. So we'll see what happens here. So all the drivers, Fanfin currently on pole position. He's currently 1 point in it in the Drivers' Championship. He's leading by a point, Fanfin. If he wins the championship, he's already got 2 trophies here that I've got in a box that will be sent out to him as well. So, can Fanfinis get another trophy here in Realistic? He's already been the world champion in Realistic. I don't know what's going on with Deadly. 2 minutes to go. Zetu, Sam the man. Zora War on an outlap. He's not even at the pace of the Saubers yet, Zora War, but he'll be feeling that car, getting back into it. His teammate's got an engine penalty. Mirko in the Mercedes is on a lap coming down towards turn 16. So out of turn 16 down towards the finish line, and AMS Mirko does improve by 6 tenths. A 1:21.2, only 3 tenths behind Fanfinis. Fanfinis had been putting in the practice, knowing that the other drivers have got engine penalties. He's been putting in the practice here. Here comes Crab Boy in the Williams. Yes, so only spectate was only supposed to be 1 race, but I've noticed that I got a load of grief last week when people were spectating again. Crab Boy's down towards the line, and he goes P5 and in front of his teammate by less than a tenth of a second. So what about Super Turbo? He just started his final lap, I think. He has. Zora War in the Red Bull. He's just coming round. No, beyond, because it was the first time you've ever spectated. It wasn't you. People are saying that they don't agree with the spectating, but they don't agree with people spectating multiple times, they were saying. Because it's unfair, they've got an advantage every week, apparently. So, I can understand their argument. So, Zora War coming down towards the line. Goes P5 in front of the Williams, but behind the Racing Bull of CJ. So Zora War, P5, the checkered flag has waved. They can do no more. What about... Is it the Alpine that? It's the Alpine of Forza Ferrari. He's not going to be able to improve it. Zetu is going to be able to get some improvement. So around turn 16, down towards the line, into the pit lane for Zetu. Invalidation for the Williams. The Mercedes of AMS Mirko will come down towards the line. He's going to get a slipstream, a little bit of a tow, and he stays P2, doesn't improve. What about the Haas driver of Jays, the American, stays P8, and then Fanfinus goes even quicker, a 120.6. That is unbelievable. Fanfinus is absolutely flying. CJ goes quicker, goes up to P4. Brilliant stuff from him. And then the Sauber of Nick will be next. Slows down before the line. And that is it for qualifying. Qualifying over. It will be Zora War last to the line. Yeah, salute. I actually couldn't see if he was up or down because my chat comes up in the top right. So, like, now, you've just wrote banana, sure, defo doesn't scream into the mic. That covers the timing screen for me on my screen in front of me. So that is it for qualifying. So it is Fanfinus that will start on pole position. Mirko in P2, Deadly in P3, CJ in P4, Zora War P5. P6 is a Cryptic, 1 second. Then P7 Super Turbo, J's Nick, 1 minute. And then we got Formula Rice, Sam the Man, 12 is Zetu, and then Reese, 1 minute, Zetu and then Reese. Right, okay, I've got the grid. Everyone DNF, we'll go back to the lobby. I've just had to turn that off so it doesn't take all the live data for this quick DNF. Deadly's actually racing round like he's actually racing in a Grand Prix. Right, come on guys. Come on guys. Let's go. Nah, why is he in AI? Oh no. Nick, retire. Sweet. There we go. Yeah, no worries, Deadly. I won't be doing interviews after a race. My tea's literally on its way, so I'm going to just do the race, jump straight off. I've been mad busy, rushed home from work. I had a glass of wine, came straight back, doing comms. My tea, I'm not even on my tea, so yeah. Casper has got a qualifying ban, so he will be P20, yeah. Well, I need to invite Deadly back, don't I? One second, bear with me. One second. I'll just invite Deadly. Forza Ferrari, where was Forza Ferrari in that? Oh, he didn't qualify, did he? But he goes above. He's... I'm just waiting for Deadlit. As soon as he joins, we can get going. Yeah, Forza, don't worry, mate. You can get a chance to do your setup now, anyway. Is Deadly joining? Right. Yeah, Forza. I don't want to go without him, but we will need to call it at some point. We've done short qualifying. It's now 35 minutes past 7. Oh, right, okay. It just because it says sun there, when I put it on realistic, it has the sun. So, weird. We're not in debt at the moment, Zora, but we're very much on the brink, and we've already had 5 championship points deducted, or 10, I can't remember. No, salute, no. I've been in work, and I work 11-hour shifts, so it's hard sometimes to even look at my phone because I'm driving. I'm a professional driver, so it's hard to look at my phone. Right there, Deadly's in. Right, let's just put him. Yeah, nice one, salute. Thank you. Right, ready up, everybody. Ready up. Let's go. Um, remember your setups, guys. Remember your setups. Do not forget your setups. Do not forget your setups because we will not restart if somebody forgets to set up. So do not forget your setups. Yeah, here we go. This is so exciting. I can't wait for this race. But I can't wait for my food either. I'm starving. Here we go. Yeah. Going to be interesting with so many qualifying bands as well coming through the grid. Disturbing London, baby. We about to branch out. There ain't nobody fresher semester to semester. So just in case I don't impress her. Thank you, Zora. Don't worry, Jeffy. You're washed anyway, bro. You're washed, bro. That Formula I washed, bruh. Right, let's go. Let's rock and roll. Whoa, formation lap, and we go racing. So they are on their formation lap. I know, Deadly, I know. Probably all them fireworks messing with your internet. So they all line up. Remember, guys, if you are looking for the perfect setup, sim racing setups, you can use code F7R on checkout. But here we go. This is it for round 17 here in Qatar with Formula 7 Realistic. And it is lights out and away we go. The Aston Martin is really slow. Deadly is really slow. It's the AI of Deadly. Fanfitness is into the lead. Mirko, CJ3000 and Zora War, the Racing Bull and the Red Bull. The Williams just watching on behind, but we go to the back where the drivers are. And that is B. Right, that is already up to P8. He's up 6 places off the starting line. Now makes it 7. He's now all over the back of Super Trooper. And the Williams is going to go up the inside. And the papaya rules of the start of the Qatari Grand Prix. Unbelievably, he's up to P6. And Jeffy Boy is up to P8. Deadly is all the way down. Hackmore is making moves. So is Lewis, who's in front of Reese in the Ferrari. But it is all happening, and the championship is up for grabs. B right already up to P6. This is incredible. So I've just noticed I've not got my telemetry on. Bear with me, because I turned it off. Yeah, no worries, mate. So, incredible stuff at the start of this Grand Prix. Yeah, I'll try again, Deadly. I'll send you a few of them. So, Fanfitness still leads. There goes B right on Crab Boys. He's now through on the other Williams and up to B5. Jeffy Boy's there behind, but look at the Ferrari of Hackmore. He's going to go at the inside. The Scuderia goes up the inside. But the switchback from the Red Bull fighting for P7, but that was an audacious attempt at an overtake for Hackmore, but my goodness, did he pull it off. CJ3000 has made a mistake and B-Right is now up to P4. This is quite incredible as CJ and Crab Boys go wheel to wheel, but it's the Racing Bull that comes out on top at the moment. Wow, they are going at it. Here comes Hackmore in the Scuderia up the inside of the Williams, and it gets a little bit feisty between the pair, but the Scarlet Red of Hackmore is through. So, B right now on the back of Zora War. He is, once he passes this Red Bull, by the end of lap 2, he is into the podiums and on the back of the Mercedes. He would have dreamt about this last night. This would have been in his dreams for this to happen. Hackmore is there. Crab Boy. Jeffy, where is Reese? What is going on with Reese? Although he is not fighting for that championship anymore, they are still in a constructors' battle. That is B-Right that is through on Zora War. The McLaren is through on the Red Bull. Did he go too early? Did he lose the DRS? No, he didn't. He timed it to perfection. Casper is through on Deadly, but B-Right now 2.8 behind the two Mercedes drivers. Jeffy is through on Crab Boys, and that is Hackmore through on CJ. Overtakes everywhere. Super Turbo in the Williams being overtaken by Reese and Lewis W, and concedes position as the Scuderia is through, and so is the Papaya of the Orange of Lewis. Formula I on the back of Forza Ferrari. The Racing Bull on the Alpine. Oh, to play for here. So bear with me, guys. So, will the McLaren be able to catch up? You've got Reese on the back of Lewis. Now, this is going to be an interesting battle. So, just watch out for these. So that is Hackmore through on Zora War, the Ferrari driver. That is Lewis W through on Crab Boys, and so does Reese as well. So he makes an overtake, but look at Crab Boys. I thought he was going to try that move up the inside. He didn't. Formula Right is through on Forza Ferrari. The Racing Bull and the Alpine. The Alpine will try and sling it around the outside. You've got Casper in the Aston Martin trying to make moves after that qualifying ban. He also does have a time penalty. And through turn 3 and 4 we go. And the Aston Martin is all over Forza Ferrari. Up the inside he goes and into P16. Mirko is staying with Fanfitness. That is the championship leader's safety net. Remember, Fanfitness is 1 point clear of B-Right. So that is his safety net. But keep an eye on the drivers behind. That is where all the action is going to unfold. Casper on Formula Rye. Wow, Formula Rye looked like he went off track, and he did go off track. So a little bit of argy-bargy there between the drivers. Not sure what happened. Mirko 8 attempts clear of Fanfitness. Is he going to drop back and hold up the McLaren driver? That is the question. Are they going to work together? Is it time that they start doing things the way the team need them to do? Is he going to slow down and then hold up the other drivers? So 2.2 is still to be right. Just bear with me, guys. Sorry. So that is Reese on the back of Zora Wall. And Reese needs to start making moves as well, but it's all about Fanfres and Mirko. They're about a second apart, but if Mirko loses DRS, he's not going to be able to do much defending against B Right. So I'm wondering what the plan really is here. And yeah, salute, Jesus. And that is Reese. Through on Zora Wall. What a move from the Ferrari driver. But that is why he's one of the best in Formula 7. Jeffrey Boy and CJ going at it. B-Rat's not able to make up time on the Mercedes. The Mercedes look really quick around Qatar. Reese is just starting to join the pack now. So Reese and the Ferrari on the back of the Racing Bull. 6 laps down, mate. Wow, they went really quick, didn't they, them 6 laps? So Mirko is staying within DRS range and B-Right's not able to catch up. They're doing a really good job here. That is Casper on Sam the Man. The Aston Martin on the Haas. Forza Ferrari with a 3 second. And Salute well in team principal mode, wondering what the strategy is going to be for the drivers. Are they going to go for the undercut? We know it's hard to overtake round here. I say it's hard to overtake. I mean, if you're locked in a DRS train, it's hard to sort of get a move done and move up a position. You're either going to stay in that DRS going back and forth, or you're going to stay behind. There's a big overtaking spot down towards turn 1. But it also depends how you use your battery as well. Ooh. Salute, that's why you're in that position and I'm not. Well, I am actually, but the Red Bull just fend for themselves. I do feel bad sometimes, but I think there'll probably be a new Red Bull team principal next season. So this is interesting. Alvaro must have already had words with his drivers. They must have already discussed this, because Hatmore has gone for a huge undercut here. Ben was in P3 after 2 laps. I don't know how he managed to do it. And Hatmore's been following him through, and now Hatmore's going for the undercut, so I'm wondering if they are playing the game to cover off that McLaren and the Mercedes for the constructors. Salute using AI. Wow, it's all coming out now. His dirty laundry, airing it on chat. Casper in the Aston Martin on the back of Jay. 8 laps down, 21 to go. And Casper in the Aston Martin on the back of Jay's in the Haas. You've got the Ferrari of Reese now in 4th position. Wow, he's absolutely flying as well. And he's got his teammate on an undercut charge. That's really interesting. The Mercedes will have to think about this. Here comes Crabboy on Lewis. The Mercedes will have to think about that Ferrari on the undercut. And there goes Lewis. Lewis is on the undercut. The McLaren are playing the game as well. They are all here to play. Is Lewis going for the undercut to account for the two Mercedes? To be fair, the medium tyres are already on 50%. It's going to be such a shame not to see you doing anything next season, Alvaro Racing, or being a team principal. You've been such an amazing part of this journey for me and for Formula 7, and being my teammate and team boss and even commentator at one point. It's been such an honour to work alongside you and play alongside you as well. I'm wondering if any of the Mercedes are going to come in. They're not. And that is B right into the pit lane. What about Reese? Reese has stayed out. Wow. But B right did start on the soft compounds. So, where is Hackmore going to come out in comparison to B right? He's stuck behind a racing bull. Is this going to help the McLaren driver? Is the undercut going to work? B right is on his way out. Where is Hackmore coming down the pit lane? This is going to be really close. Here comes Hackmore. B right is on his way out. Hackmore's going to do it. Hackmore's going to come out in front. The Ferrari has come out in front of the McLaren. The undercut has worked for the Ferrari team. Thank you, Alvaro. I hope so, I hope so. So, Formula Ryan Forza Ferrari in the pit lane. Remember, Reese is going long here. He's on the hard compounds. So what is the plan? The Mercedes look to be doing what they did in Las Vegas. And they look to be staying out for the long run. I mean, Fanfurness is medium, 64% to Mirko's 54%. And Hackmore is setting fastest laps. But they both come out in front of Jeffy Boy. Is Lewis W going to come out near the Red Bulls? Is he going to undercut them? I think he's going to undercut the Red Bulls, Lewis W. He has come out just behind Jeffy. He will have heat into them tyres. Mirko is catching up to Fanfurness now. His tyres are that little bit fresher. Is this part of the plan, though? So Fanfurness is into the pit lane. There we go. He's going to have to cover off that undercut. Is B-Right going to come out closer to his championship rival? They're separated by a point. This is going to be close, you know. This is going to be really close. Fanfurness is on his way out of the pit lane, but the pit lane is just so long. Here comes B right down the pit straight. This is going to be so close. Here comes the Ferrari and the McLaren. There is Fanfurness in the Mercedes. This is going to be so close. Fanfurness is going to come out just in front of the McLaren driver of B right. The championship contenders. The McLaren is round the outside. The McLaren with the undercut has gotten in front of Fanfurness. There's 1 point separating them with 3 races to go. And after Qatar, it will only be 2. And B-Right has undercut Fanfurness, but so has Hackmore in the Ferrari. The games are being played tonight. Wow. I don't know what's going to go on from here. So Mirko's into the pit lane, but surely, if he was behind Fanfness, he's going to come out behind these guys. Reese stays out again. I think Mirko has gone one lap too far. Here comes Hackmore, be right Fanfness. Mirko has lost quite a bit of time, I think, here. And he's coming out about a second behind Fanfness. He's not even got in the right DRS train. That one lap cost him so much time. So both both Mercedes are behind the McLaren, but Mirko's 2.3 behind Fanfness. But his tyres are going to be so much fresher. So I think we need to account for that. Zoro picking up another time penalty, and Casper on the back of him. That is Nick in the Sauber, Sam the man. We are halfway through the Grand Prix. That is Hackmore through on Jay. And then B Right will go for it as well. Oh, and the Mercedes, wow! Fanfness went for a huge lunge, and I think Jay just dodged out the way, seen the Mercedes coming at some serious speed, and was just like, yep, I'm getting out of the way of this one. So Fanfness managing to get through and continue to stay with the Ferrari and the McLaren. That is Casper through on Zora War. The Aston Martin through on the Ferrari, and that is how it's done. So deadly, really unfortunate for him. Not sure what's happened. So Reese continues to stay out. He must be committing for the one stop. So Hackmore is in the lead of this pack, and that is Super Turbo through on his teammate of Crab Boys. Here comes Hackmore, and that is the McLaren around the outside of the Ferrari, and Fanfness is looking as well. And Fanfness was looking for a way through there. And now the McLaren chasing down the Ferrari. Is the Ferrari going to play any games here? He's got his teammate in front of him on a one-stop potentially. And is that going to make a difference? Are they going to have to slow him down to give Reese the best chance of catching back up? It's all these games that you've got to take into contention when dealing with pit strategies. Mirko's now starting to catch up as Hackmore continues to back the pack up. Doing what's asked of him here is the Ferrari driver. But he's going to be a bit of a sitting duck down this DRS straight when they get to it. And they are now backing up, and Mirko is catching them rapidly here. And you can see the Ferrari driver playing this game really well. Backing up, saving his battery, and then he's going to burn it down the straight. You can see him slowing down through the corners and then speeding back up down the straight. And here comes the McLaren now with the DRS. And it is the McLaren driver that will move around the outside. And the Ferrari driver will slot in behind him. Goes up the inside. Lunges up the inside. And it is the McLaren that just gets his foot down. And Hackmore is now back down to P5 with Fanfurness on his tail. And it seemed like the Ferrari did empty the tank a bit there to try and stay in front. But it didn't pay off. Will he now hold up the Mercedes drivers? They're in the constructors fight as well. Is that what he's got to do to help out his teammate of Reese? The Ferrari got to do what they've got to do at this point. So up towards turn 12 they go. And Fanfurness and Mirko are now back in that DRS train, and they'll be looking for a way through. Now here comes the Ferrari looking for another way through into turn 16. But the McLaren will get that DRS on the Williams drive. He'll move through, and now here comes the Ferrari. Fanfurness is looking for a way through on the Ferrari as well. And they're going to go 3 wide. Here comes the McLaren. They are going to go 3 wide. And that is Fanfurness. That is Hackmore. That is B right. And the Ferrari pushing the McLaren off wide. And he's right back behind the Williams drivers. The Ferrari being very aggressive tonight. And both Mercedes are let through. So it's P2 and B3 for Fanfurness and Mirko. B right back through on the Williams driver. But he's got that very angry Ferrari in front of him. It's getting very tasty here in Qatar. Wow. So will the Ferrari be able to stay with the Mercedes? Or is he going to... It looks like he might be slowing up again. He is. He's losing the DRS to the Mercedes in front. Is the battle just between Ferrari and McLaren here? I thought Mercedes were involved in this as well. Team standards. McLaren, Mercedes, Ferrari. I mean, it's still on. Hackmore did his job and into the pit lane he goes. So... held up the McLaren, let the Mercedes through and into the pit lane. Very strategic there from Hackmore. Brilliantly done. He's got to play the team game. And also, whilst this was going on, Reese goes into the pit lane and gets his pit stop done. And now he's on very fresh tyres with 11 laps to go. Wow. So from this point forward, I'll be very surprised if I see the McLaren catch back up to Mercedes. They've got fresher tyres. The McLaren has had to battle hard against the Ferrari, so he's had to burn them tyres up a bit. And the two Mercedes I've got to admit, have had it very easy in the second part of the race. Their tyres are around 10% fresher than the McLarens, and then you've got the Ferrari on fresh mediums. He's going to be laughing to the bank here, Reese. So a great strategy from Ferrari, I must say, to hold up the McLaren. Exactly what they wanted to do, and that is what they've done. And it's all about that team play. So 4.8 is the gap. And then we've got Lewis there. And that is Casper through on CJ. Up the inside goes the Aston Martin on the Racing Bull. And Casper is able to get the move done. The Racing Bull does have a little look up the inside. Not able to make anything stick. There goes Jay's on Formula I. Gets his foot down and get the DRS. Moves over to the right hand side. And the American is through on the Irishman. That is Jay's up to P14. That is a yellow flag. And who is that for? I can't see anybody on the track map. What's this? Oh, sorry. I thought it was. I thought it was the strategy. Ah, right. Okay. Oh, it looked like you were. I don't know. I was just. I don't know. I thought that there was something to play for. I'm just trying to make it entertaining. Resetting the fastest lap. He is flying here now. Salute Redeem shows the tyres. That is Lewis W in the pit lane. So that's the tyres for these 2-lap-old mediums. So he's doing what he needs to do, and it looks like Mirko might be slowing down to maybe hold up B right as well. Will he be able to push him back into Reese? It's the plan. You've got to think about it. Fanfnis is fighting for the championship. He's a point clear of B right. Surely the Mercedes are saying, right, Mirko, you need to start slowing down and pushing B right into Reese, because you know Reese will go racing B right, and we need to get as many points away from that McLaren as possible. That's what I'd be saying anyway. And yeah, I don't know. I thought you were battling for something, Alvaro. It looked like Hackmo was battling B right hard. It looked like he was slowing down, backing him up. I thought that was the plan, to be honest. I don't know. I must have got it. That's what it looked like. So I was just saying, like, they've got, they must be, it must be something in it, because you're still in the constructors, no? And McLaren lead. Mercedes are P2. Use a P3 only by 28 points. So I thought the plan would probably be to back McLaren up and let Mercedes, you know what I mean, to try and, because you don't want McLaren to score points. That's what it looked like on the track. That's why I was playing off it, because it makes it more like drama, Netflix and all that. That's what it looked like anyway. So Fanfnis, Mirko, B right. Reese only 1.3 behind B right now. It's getting very close. McLaren haven't won the constructors, have they? No. That's why I thought there was play there, because Lewis isn't even in the points. Yeah. No, the points is only 64 with 3 races to go plus a sprint race. Loads of points left, yeah. Ah, okay. Right, that makes it interesting. So your fight's with Mercedes. I'll bear that in mind when I'm watching it. It didn't look like it was with Mercedes. That's why it was throwing me off a little bit. It looked like it was with McLaren. So that's interesting. So the Ferrari fight is with Mercedes here. So be right. Reese is right on the back of the McLaren now. Fanfnis in the lead. Mirko P2, B right P3, Reese P4. And they are getting very close. Look at this. 7 laps remaining. They are all on top of each other. So it's all conspiracy. It's all happening between the team boss. I'm glad I'm not involved in all this. Crab Boys and Zora War, the Williams and the Red Bull. Look how close these are. The Williams goes over the apex. And that is Hackmore through on CJ. The Ferrari is through on the Racing Bull. Here comes the Ferrari on the McLaren. Here comes Reese on the Papaya. And this is going to be more points taken away from the McLaren. This is huge. And now Reese has Mirko in front of him. And remember, Reese is on very fresh medium tyres here. Reese could potentially catch the leaders. This is massive in terms of the fight. So Reese is now catching up to both Mercedes. So the Mercedes look very strong, by the way, here in Qatar. Oh, and that is Crab Boy, Zora War going at it. Jeffy Boy and Super Turbo. They are wheel to wheel again. Go Crab Boy and Zora War, the Red Bull and the Williams. Both Red Bulls and both Williams are going at it, actually. And now here comes Reese in the Ferrari on the back. 10-second time penalty for Nick. It's going to be the first DNF, is it? Of the race. No, he's going to carry on. Well done to him. So we've not had a single DNF. And Reese is going to eye up that Mercedes when he gets that DRS. So here comes the Ferrari into the slipstream of the Mercedes. And he's not going to go for that move yet. He's going to be patient about it. And Jeffy Boy and Crad, the two Red Bulls, are now both through on the Williams. Are they going to swap places? They are starting to catch up to Fanfitness as well with 5 laps to go. That is Jeffy from Zora War. They've swapped around. But the Red Bull drivers have swapped. There's a yellow flag. That is a salver of Nick off the track. So Forza through on Nick as well. And that is Crad now back through on Zora War. CJ with a 10-second time penalty in a DNF. That is a prime example. I can't risk it in the Red Bull. So Fanfitness 2.3 clear of Mirko. Reese in P3, be right, trying to stay there. Is Reese going to go for the move this time round? Has a little look, but stays where he is. And the tyre difference is absolutely massive here. Oh, and Reese's mediums, they fall off so quickly, them mediums. That's a yellow flag. That is Nick out of the race. And now look at Reese all over the back. And Reese all over the rear diffuser of Mirko in front. This is where it starts to get spicy. And up the inside goes Reese. Goes for that lunge up the inside. And now can he get his foot down? And Reese just struggling there to get the move completed. Mirko holding on, both being respectful, giving each other the space. Beautiful driving between the pair of them. Reese goes again, Mirko goes wide, and Reese is through. He's going to go for the move up towards turn 12. Mirko does go back in front though. Really tasting between the pair of them. And Jace gets a 10-second time penalty for a collision with Nick. What's happened there? His car must be on the track. Here comes Reese again, going for the move on the inside. He locks up. Wow, and that nearly ended in tears for the Ferrari driver. And the Mercedes still in front. Here comes Reese into the slipstream. And he's going to go around the outside, the Ferrari driver. Casper with a 3-second time penalty. Reese is back up to P2. Be right, just watching these two squabble in front with 3 laps to go. And the tyres are on roughly the same now is Mirko and Reese. Not Be right though, he pitted way earlier than the two of them in front. And 2.3 is the gap to Fanfitness. Will Reese be able to catch up? He's done it in the past. You alright, Hasbraz? How we doing? Yeah. I thought it was Thursday today, and then I realised there was a race tonight. So all the gaps are pretty spread out now. Fanfres looks to be way clear in the lead with the points difference. 25 to 12, that means the gap will be 13 points heading into the final two races with a sprint as well. So that really does open up the championship, the Drivers' Championship. There goes the Ferrari of Rees up the inside of Mirko again. They're going at it for round two. But clean racing between the pair of them. Nicely done. Nice to see. And the Ferrari and the Mercedes. That is how you go wheel to wheel. Super respectful between the pair of them. So 2.5 is the gap to the leader. That is Lewis W through on Crab Boys. The Williams driver down to P10, but he's still in the points. Fanfres still leads with 2.5 laps to go. With 2.5 seconds in front. It's still all to play for. Depends who you're watching, Manji. Rees 2.6 to the gap to Fanfres. 2 laps remaining. You got Mirko, here he comes. Mirko on the Ferrari. The Ferrari will keep it up the inside. Nicely done again. And the Mercedes having to give the room up the inside. Oh, they nearly touch. But it's good racing once more. Both leaving each other the space nicely. And it is the Ferrari in P2. Fanfres looks to be comfortably home to take maximum points from Qatar. Just what he would have dreamt about. Just what he would have wanted. To go and win another realistic championship. The points difference will be 13 at the end of this. So the medium compounds for Rees 59% now. He will be struggling, and Mirko will know that. Be right, 67%. So the tyres are going to make a huge impact, and Fanfres in a really comfortable position. Absolutely. And McLaren in at P4, holding on, staying in position. And it's still going to go right down to the wire, even with that engine penalty for Rees and Be Right and Hackmore as well to make it back into the top 5 after all them engine penalties. They've done a brilliant job. So 2.1 between Rees and Fanfres. We are on the final lap here in Qatar. And it all comes down to this. It's been a good race. It's had a bit of everything. Not as much drama as we would have thought, which is good. And Forza with that 3 second. Fanfres now 1.8. And that is Crab Boy back on Lewis. He's up to P9, the Williams driver. On the final lap of the race, Fanfres leads 1.7. And then Mirko and Be Right come next. But Fanfres is going to drive it home. Just what he wanted from this race. He needed the 25 points. He needed the race victory. And that's what he's got. 16. And down to the line. Here we go. This is it. And Fanfres comes through to win here in Qatar. Rees takes P2. Mirko on the podium for a double Mercedes podium. Be Right down in at P4 in that McLaren. and 13 points separate the top two. The championship is still well and truly on for the final 2 rounds, and your sprint race in Abu Dhabi is all still to play for here in Formula 7 Realistic. What a race. So, that is it. So we'll go through the final standings. On the top step there is Fanfitness. So let's have a look at the final standings. So Fanfitness takes the race victory here in Qatar. You've got Reese in P2. Very well raced. Great strategy from them. Merkel in P3, B Wright in P4. Hackmore in P5. Jeffy Boy in P6. Casper in P7. Super Tubo in P8. What a drive from the Williams. P9 for Crab Boys in the other Williams. Let me just put that in. P10 for Lewis, P11 for Jay, Sam the Man in P12, Zora War P13, Formula Ride 14, P15 for Zetu in the Sauber, good drive from him. And then we have Forza Ferrari, Deadly, CJ and Nick, your driver of the day. I am going to give it to Casper in the Aston Martin. I thought he drove a good race in an Aston Martin as well. Really good drive from him, from P19 to P7. Although there was a lot of good drives there. Reese, B Wright drove a good race. Hackmore from 18th, Jeffy Boy from 16th, but in an Aston Martin from 19th. I thought he drove a good race. So that is it. Thank you all so much for watching, guys. I'm going to go and have my tea. Well done to everybody. Good luck in the rest of the season. We're going to go into the final 2 races. I appreciate you all tuning in and watching. And I will post the stats. I will see you on Sunday for round 19 in the third division. Have a good one, everybody.